Hi, this is Terri. Welcome back to my channel. What's that I feel? Joy? Relief? You feeling the same way? Of course, you knew I was going to have to talk about the inauguration, given that that was just a couple of days ago. And every morning I have woken up since with this profound sense of relief and not the dread that I normally wake up with. Wednesday, I was absolutely glued to my screen in my office. I actually, it annoyed probably Finn. I opened up a Clubhouse room so we could do kind of a pregame inauguration watch. And then I was so startled when Kamala got sworn in. It was like I think maybe I didn't have the sound on it. It just kind of was like, wait. I want to make sure to focus on this because it's such a historic event. And I think up until that point, we were watching all of the beautiful people and the beautiful outfits with the matching and coordinated coats and the gloves and the masks, and Michelle Obama just rocking it in the pantsuit. My God, it was so good to see women in pantsuits. J-Lo was in a pantsuit. I think one of Biden's grandkids was in a tux later on that evening. I just feel like we were, even though Biden is older and he's part of he's been around for a really long time within the White House, I really did feel like we were ushering in not just, we were out with the old, which was just garbage, but I just felt like we were ushering back in calm, hope. I know he had the message of unity. I'm a little skeptical about that. But man, it was just beautiful to watch the families and the love amongst the people. I mean, I saw when the Bidens were walking towards the White House or towards the residence, they were all lined up and holding hands. I mean, it was so obvious how much they cared for each other and how much they loved each other and how special the event was for them. And the same thing with Kamala Harris and her family. Ella Emhoff's fabulous jacket with the sparkles, if you saw that. If you haven't seen any of this, definitely go take a look at some of the images of the women especially. They looked absolutely fantastic. And I know we shouldn't be judging women based on what we saw, but it was still so wonderful to see all of the bold color choices and the symbolism. Apparently, Kamala Harris chose the purple because purple was the color, something around Shirley Chisholm's presidential election bid, and she was the first Black woman to seek office. And it was, and so it was a tip of the hat to that. And there was just so many different symbolic things in the colors that people wore and what it is that they wore. I heard about Dr. Jill Biden's outfit later on that had all of the flowers from all of the different states and our occupied territories. And I think her home state was closest to her heart, and then everything went from there. And I just thought, God, how thoughtful, how beautiful. And the lining of her coat had some messaging in it that was just really, really important. And I was just, it was just so beautiful to see all of this and just to see the diversity. And it wasn't just a sea of old white men again. And the thing I've talked to a couple of people about this is I've continued to doom scroll. I feel like I have a little bit of PTSD in that I'm looking for the dopamine hit or the adrenaline hit or whatever it is when I go through and I look at social media and I'm looking at what did those bastards say now, but I'm not really seeing it. And I think once Twitter and Facebook took away the former president's platform and got rid of some of the garbage, it all went quiet. But now I'm still seeking that. And at 1 o'clock Pacific time, I'm watching the new press secretary, Jen Psaki, and her in the White House giving the press briefings. I mean, I've never done this before out of anything other than morbid curiosity in the past, but even then the train wreck was just too hard to watch. And now I'm watching it refreshingly honest approach. I saw on Twitter that CJ Craig commented on her delivery, basically saying, you know, better job than she could have done. And for you, those of you who don't know, she was the press secretary on West Wing, and so I just thought that was really funny. But I'm wondering how long it's going to take for a lot of us who are still waiting for that other shoe to drop, who are used to doom scrolling, who are used to looking for all of the bad news. And granted, it's not good. I mean, Biden specifically said that we're expecting the COVID death numbers to get worse before they get better. It's the problems that we are trying to dig ourselves out of as a country have been around for a long time, and there's no overnight, we're not going to see any sort of overnight successes. We are well on our path we're taking steps on our path to recovery, but it's going to take a fair bit of work. And that's the thing. On Wednesday, I think in one of the previous videos, I talked about how can we postpone the celebrations, and what was really nice on Wednesday is that there were modified celebrations, but there was definitely joy. Chuck Schumer on the Senate floor was absolutely giddy when he was talking to Kamala Harris before and after she swore in Ossoff and Warnock, and then the California senator. I should know who it is, the new one who replaced her. But man, she was funny, and it was just light. It was human. I saw care, which I've not seen. I saw care for humans. I saw care for people. And I saw healthy human behavior. And it was really, really nice to see. So I am continuing to feel light. I'm continuing to enjoy this feeling, knowing that we still have a lot of hard work to do. But in the moments when I'm feeling not so great, I think I'm going to pull up some images from the inauguration. Amanda and her amazing poem and her outfit, the bright yellow with the red. It was just, I'm sure there was symbolism there, and I don't know what it is, but God, she was just fantastic. And the not denying the past, but recognizing it, and as she said, stepping into it. And I think there's a lot of room for hope and optimism as we work to build something that is better for more of us. So if you're feeling good, if you are feeling hopeful and optimistic, but at the same time wondering when the other shoe is going to drop, you're not alone. But that doesn't mean that you can't just sit into the feelings of joy. So please enjoy those. So thank you so much for watching today. Thank you for subscribing. If you are a new subscriber and new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. I'm not always political. I do talk about current events and what's happening in the world as I see it. And of course, this week was a big week here in the United States. With a profound sense of relief for a lot of us once Kamala and Joe were sworn in. So I'll have to think of something that's a little less political, although I don't believe that these are political issues. I do believe that most of these things are social inequity issues that have been politicized, which I think we need to decouple that. And as I talked about in my newsletter on Wednesday, there'll be a link in the description if you're interested in subscribing. We need to redefine what it means to be a patriot. I think that's also something that needs to be on our agenda. And with that, have a fabulous weekend, and let go of perfection, take some risks, and above all else, have some fun.